The graph is just a breath on glass. I watch the ghost of numbers pass. My fingers ghost the wooden keys, moving with a practiced ease. I hear the hum of cooling fans, the blue.
Hello and good morning, folks. JJ Ed here with another live trading. Let's return to camera. There you go. We're in a short position. That's my 8 a.m. trade.
Reading the rhythm in the sighs. I am the pivot, I am the rest. A heart beating slow.
Okay. I have my eyes on volume profile. It just shifted to the low. Let's exit another 5 in here and decrease the contract size, but let's keep it 5. I have another low in here. That's 5 a.m. low.
I step inside the path I choose. The world outside is loud and wide.
That's a daily fair value gap.
The ocean is high tide.
Touch the upper portion. That's here also. It's in the 5 minutes time frame. If I go back, it's right here. After 8 a.m. I did that trade. Okay, that one is closed. Big sell order, step into the market. Now it's below the point of control of this leg. When I was executing dollar cost average, I have witnessed the iceberg. But the market might turn bullish after, let's see, 50 contracts buy. I have 5 left. Let's keep it on the chart. I only have one bull trap in here. So if I want to add it during the New York session, I must keep an eye on this one. And at the lows, we have an iceberg. I would like to target that one as well. Okay. I think we are in a very bear market, and after 10 a.m. we might have another consolidation. So that's the probability. Last day, we also got chopped during the 10 a.m. consolidation, but the morning trade kind of saved us. The 8 a.m. trade kind of saved us. Let's see about today. I have another bull trap right there. One low in here. Let's see if it would come short to that low or what. We have 3 minutes to market open. 72 contract long came into that bull trap. another one.
The red and green are whispers now, whispers now.
79, 58, 72. Yeah, there are a ton of big orders coming down there. Is it gonna take us all the way up? Take these equal highs. Let's see what the market open has planned for us. One minute to market open. Let's go to 15 seconds time frame. All right. We have one iceberg down below. $150 sell contracts at the lows. Came into this bull trap before the market opens. It took out this low. Let's see if it wants to attack that iceberg. I think it would. I think it would attack that iceberg. $62 contracts buy order right here. If it goes below it, then the downtrend can potentially continue all the way to that iceberg. We have a chain of bearish candles and a fair value gap did not even touch the halfway point. So that's very bearish for NQ. That liquidity is swept, but let's see if it finds iceberg in here. Okay, close below half of that wick, going toward the iceberg. What do we have below the iceberg? We have one more there. All right. These 62 buy orders are now trapped. So this candle is kind of important. That's a bull trap right there. One to five is here. There are a lot of sell orders at the highs, so it should even go lower than 1 to 5. Just a little bit more. I close it manually. All right, that was a very good trade for 8 a.m. Okay, now what we have is the rest of the day. Let's look at MES. It came short to that high. We're having a descending trend line and a channel. $30s here. That's the open price. It's coming short to the iceberg. That is one sign, that is one signature. I would like to participate in a sell order one more time, but I need the price to get into halfway point or somewhere in the premium, and then I will want to participate in a short order, because based on what I see, the price can go below the iceberg itself. So 29,320, I don't think if it can't stand. Right now it's finding support in here. But let's see if it would go somewhere in the range. And in that range, maybe we can find an opportunity to go short. Where in that range, I have to wait and see the results from volume profile, but on the daily candle right here where it touched the upper portion, like the highest price of the fair value gap, and the way it touched, that's here in the 5 minutes 1 minute time frame. The iceberg is here. You guys can see that. That's the iceberg. That was the target. We do have more lows in here that are kind of equal. Liquidity rests there, but over here I don't see much distribution. So this is a rush in the market, and this is euphoria, or this is a panic selling. I see 114 buy contracts right there. So that was a stop. That's a stop. People get stopped, or they are offloading their positions. That's 0930. We have taken that low. We have the previous day's low. There exists liquidity in that portion as well. Where is it? Yep, it's right there. That's the feed. It's here. Okay, the previous day low is jeopardized. We have more lows in here. Let's see if it provides us with a new short opportunity to go short on this trade. I suggest my viewers to also review the trades and try to kind of start monitoring the market from 8 a.m. to 9:30. The price action is much cleaner. Also during the London session, I had a short position on the London session. I suggest people to do that. So for this to go short, I need to see some sort of equal highs. If I measure this leg, some kind of equal highs, halfway point or slightly higher in this gap. Slightly in the premium, that would be ideal. But if I see the price stops here and forms that equal high in here, in this portion, that would indicate the market is very bearish. So the point of control of the day with 546 contracts shifted here. That point of control did not come into play. Allow me to put some hot water for tea.
The residuals flicker on the retina's edge. A ghost of the chaos on the mental ledge. The static is dying, the wires unspool, moving from the heat back into the cool. I'm finding the alignment in the slow drift, watching the heavy wave finally lift. The horizon is wide.
All right. Yep, that iceberg has a lot of liquidity, those equal lows, which I demonstrated with that blue line. I wish we could have a bounce from here so I can sell it again from this highs. We don't have easy markets like this all the time, so 10 a.m. is there. You see these equal highs in here? I was wishing this to be up there in here, so I could sell again and get partially at that iceberg, followed by defeat at 29,202. That's the previous day's low. Equal lows. What I see is, if I see a liquidity sweep below these equal lows, something like this, if I see sweep, come back up, and then find support in here, that would validate this as a new iceberg, and then I can go long and target these areas. Not much, but just a little bit. So that's another playbook, another scenario, because right now we do have the trend, the momentum that eased around 29,306. So 2906, 29,306, the downtrend kind of eased. Let's see if there's a liquidity. If it wants to sweep the liquidity, where that would be another feed right there. So this is like a minor feed, which could act as actually it's here. Two bearish candles, the 5 minutes time frame. Let's look at 5 minutes time frame. Don't want to make any mistakes like yesterday. There's a gap in here. All right, that gap is in conjunction with this one. Why my screen flicked? And two down close candles, another feed, one gap, chain of bearish candles. All right, I'm checking these because I want to see if the price tends to take the previous day's low or has a different plan. If it doesn't want to take the previous day's low, it should not go beyond somewhere in here. So if I extend this right, it should not go below this portion or this portion. So I have two gaps in here that can tell me if the price tends to go lower or not. Let's have the first one on old lower time frames. Point of control of the day is here. That iceberg is done. But I'm interested in this price range until 10:30. So I'm interested in this price range. That minor feeds also is taken. I guess there's one more minor feed there. If it was going a little bit higher, I would short it. But didn't do that. So it's in that feed right now. I can change the color to orange. Because I need these footprints to check if this iceberg is coming to the play, what else it is planning to do down here. We have to find their footprints, the institution's footprints on the chart. I have 119 sell contracts trapped here. Okay. The bodies stayed above. We have a hammer candlestick. That hammer candlestick has a tail. That tail should be measured. Change the color. Let's see if the second iceberg, the lower portion, would be right there. Let's see. I already have 79 sell contracts here, 60 sell contracts there. And we are at the previous day's point of control with 2,000 contracts. So here's the previous day's point of control, 100 buy contracts step in. So that's interesting because this price range is the previous day's point of control. Today is slightly up. All right, now let's find out. I have a chain of bearish candles. The momentum can shift if the price closes above half of it. But the price did close above half of these chain of bearish candles, including the tail. The price, the bodies stayed above that fair value gap on 5 minutes, this one, which has some liquidity below that. That liquidity is swept by a few ticks. Now let's see. All right, went above 305, that blue line, which I'm considering it as an iceberg, and then flip below. At first, yes, but once we are having a little bit more in the trend, I want to see this line can hold. If it does, I would like to enter buy position, get partially at 380, followed by 401. It's nice to check the hourly candle. Complete bearish. It did not even get to that VWAP we set from this high. That was my first expectation, to sell at the VWAP. But when it came short and I saw the point of control of the day shifted higher, that means we are in a very bear market. That's the point. That's why I went dollar cost average. I don't do dollar cost average out of thin air. No, I have seen that VWAP, that the price has some distance to the VWAP. So it should have gone there. But it came short and the POC shifted to the high. What does it tell us? It tells us, yeah, it might be a very bear market, and we are in a very bear market. Now the price is struggling with the previous day's point of control, which is the same range in here. I want to see awesome oscillator because I want to see if we have divergence. We have a low in the AO, a new low in the price, but AO says the momentum is easing. That's good. Let's check the candlesticks. Lots of tails, lots of wicks. That's a sign of consolidation. So we might enter the entire 10 a.m. like yesterday, could be a consolidating. So we're going to be keep an eye on that. Lots of bullish candles engulfed by bearish candles engulfed by bullish candle. That's a sign of consolidation. Wicks and tails, long ones. So the bodies are remaining below that minor iceberg. So if I'm going to write what this is, minor iceberg with a question mark, because we don't know that yet. I have that 50% still holding. Also a good sign. I don't need that gap. We know where it is. Let's look at S&P 500. It came short to this high. Bearish trend, 15 minutes time frame. We have a middle line, the median line, so it can go all the way down there. There's one tiny bear trap in the 4-hour chart. Let's switch to 1 hour. See the candlestick. 88 buy contracts stepped into NQ. The last hour is 9 a.m. That's 9 a.m. because I want to know the hourly range as well. That's 9:30 open price. It's regular trading hour open. All right, it did close below that 50%. If I see it rise towards any level in the premium, now I know the probability of going short has increased. So I'm not going to participate in the long order right now because it did close below 50% of this tail. That's indication of serious bearishness in the market. Therefore, if I see a rise in the price, my bias is now just shifted to very bearish. All right. Even if I go long, I'm not going to have a very big expectations. So I left one buy limit at 301. If it triggers, seeing the profit and loss gives me stress, so I want to remove that. It's the way I handle my psychology. All right. The target would be here, not, of course, partially. If it takes that high, I have to remove that trade because it already get to the target. There is no need. You will see after day shifted here in conjunction with the previous day's point of control. So today's point of control is slightly above previous day's point of control. I can enter manually. Let's decrease the contract because it might just collapse lower. And when it does that, I don't want to get full stop. I can add to that position. Going to the iceberg. Okay. Only one micro. The market is very bearish. We are having a bounce. That's good enough. From the current price to the time that opened halfway there is here. That iceberg is playing well. So right now it is a minor iceberg. Let's add one more. Stop at the same place. First partial should be here. For now, I'm removing the second partial.
The red and green are whispers now, whispers now. Cold glass against my quiet brow, quiet brow. The waves arrive, then pull away. I am the anchor in the gray. I am the silence in the wire. Watching the smoke of the fire. The bell can ring, the ground can shake. I hold the breath I'll never take. I see the map but lose the trace. I drift inside this neutral space. I am the eye, I am the side, I am the stillness in the
This spot yesterday, our entry is not in the middle of a range. It's at the lower portion of the range. So it's slightly better. Even we get caught into a consolidation, at least we know we are at the lower portion of this range. I see the downtrend is increasing at the halfway point. How much would that stop be? One moment. How many contracts were here for? I guess 5, 10, and 15, 20, 30, 40 micro over there. Okay, this is only 2. Let's see how this candle closes. I took that stop anyway. But we got stopped here. The big sell orders stepping in. $171, 70 sell contracts. There's a gap in here. There's one gap in here. Oh. Made a new low below today's point of control, below previous day's point of control. And let's see. Of course, the choppiness is not over yet, but we are up by the day and we can afford a few micro contracts. ES is actually doing much better. 100 sell, 70 sell, the 171 sell. So we have a ton of aggressive sellers in the market. If you close below this, I can add one more to my short position and move the stop above this bullish candle, because if this is a bull trap, the price should get below it. So that minor iceberg, let it be there, let it be there. Let it be there. Let's see if you have any sort of structure in here. That's a gap. This gap should hold. That's the gap. One more sell and move the stop lower. Close one at this feed. Let's see. Let's see if the choppiness continues or it's gonna trend. There's a big cluster of trades over there. Let's look at the oscillator. Still divergence. Let's look at 5 minutes. So 57 sell contracts.
The red and green are whispers now, whispers now. Cold glass against my quiet brow, quiet brow. The waves arrive, then pull away.
Bring the stop even lower. Volume is in our favor. We have aggressive sellers in the market. Delta is negative. We are below all sort of point of controls. We have another up close candle. If this is a trap, I like the price to stay below it. There are a ton of sell orders in here. Let's wait and see.
The graph is just a breath on glass. I watch the ghost of numbers.
That's a big bounce up.
My fingers ghost the wooden keys. Moving with a practiced ease. I hear the hum of cooling fans. The blue
Back to the halfway of this tail.
no higher
made a new higher low. Okay, that was very fast. Let's try short again. Because we are having that tail. Let's see if it can stay inside it or would go and close beyond it. I grab cigarette. All right, closed fully body inside that gap. It's my lighter. Okay, if it goes beyond the point of control of the day, I would like to go long. It's back above, almost at the point of control of the day and previous day's POC. Spending time in here, that's actually a good sign. If it's accumulating, you want to see spending time in here. Again, after 10 a.m., you are still having consolidation, no trend whatsoever. at the iceberg. Super trend. Try short again. All these shorts are only 1 micro. Okay. $100 big buy order. Closing above that 100. Contracts now it's declining. crypto for a moment.
in the post-market test. The logic is sharp when the noise is gone. A mental inventory.
87 sell contracts.
I'm not the battle I fought today. I'm just a witness watching it play. I'm just a witness watching it play. Folding the charts like a map on the floor. Not looking for exits anymore. Now the room is finally still.
7 sell contracts.
Against the will, I'm reading the ledger cold and clear. Moving the fear from the balance sheet of the year. Let the signal cool, let the numbers rest. Finding the truth in the post-market test. In the post-market test. Restful analysis.
7 sell contracts.
Cool in the glass until the light comes back. Cooling the glass.
Six,
The residuals flicker
7,
on the retina's edge. A ghost of the chaos on the mental ledge.
76.97 buy contracts at that minor iceberg. Let's see. See if it can push higher. Too many arrows. I will close this trade manually if I see a dip below the point of control.
The numbers are silent, the charts are put away.
775 contracts buy order at the POC.
No more signals, no more light to chase. Just the evening settling into its place. I'm finding the alignment in
Ton of buy orders have stepped in.
watching the heavy weight finally lift. The horizon is widening beyond the screen. Returning to the quiet.
As the hourly candle looks like, we have a long tail hourly time frame.
Returning to the quiet. Unspooling the static. Just the horizon now.
754 right there. That's the point of control of the day and the point of control of the previous day. Interested to see how the price reacts to 335.8. Is it going to form a double top, or is it going to get above it?
The screen is dark, the signal's cold. Stories of the day have all been told. I close the book, I lock the gate, leaving behind the shift and wait. The market breeze, I find my own, a silence in this quiet zone. I'm stepping out of the frantic hum, waiting for the evening calm to come. The dust is settling on the charts, a quiet rhythm for the restless hearts. The numbers fall, the lines retreat. I'm walking home on a steady beat. No
With 68 long contracts. Delta doesn't have enough information. $770. Look at executions. $11 a.m. is here. So from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. nothing happened, exactly like yesterday. No trend. Small losses from this choppiness with small contracts. The 8 a.m. trade went smoothly. 9:30 we had a drop, we closed them partially. Now 10 to 11, nothing happened, same as yesterday. Now we are getting into 11 a.m. I'm keeping an eye on the order flow and the big trades. If I see the price cannot take that high and shift below the PLC, I will definitely close this trade with a minor loss and invert the position. To aim previous day's low.
The last tab closes in the soft blue glow. Friction fades as the currents go, archiving the ghost of a data stream.
This is critical. Let's see how the candle closes above 335. It should close and continue. If it doesn't close, then that's a double top. And double top usually results in making a new low. Okay, 165 by contracts, that's bigger than the others. $115. So I see big trades are coming in. Altogether, this should result in the price to go higher if there are no absorptions. Delta is okay, synced with the price. Let's look at S&P 500. Yep, S&P 500 is doing much better. The volume index average, I should move the stop much higher. 883 contracts right around the point of control. That's where almost where I executed the trade, slightly above that. One of the partials are closed 126 by contracts right here. They sold 80 contracts down here. Let's see if it turns into a bear trap. If it does, that would be very nice. If they can close it higher. Came into this bull trap. That's a bull trap. It turning that down close candle into a bull trap. If it closes above it, that would be nice.
Inside the path I choose. The world outside is loud and wide, but here the ocean.
It did take the liquidity above these highs. Right now it's inside this candle. Sorry. It's this candle. This hammer. This is a bull trap because the price went lower. And now I took this trade, Cody, based on volume profile. So previous day's volume profile is around here, 29,265. Let's see. The previous day's point of control is at 29,300, 29,300. So that's where the previous day's point of control is. That's where the previous day's point of control is, the green line. And today's point of control is slightly higher, around here. I have this blue line, previous days daily close, the low of last day, that's this blue line, 29,203. So when it flipped below it and a distance, you see we have a distance from the today's POC and last day's POC. I tried to go short and target that one, got stopped, did not come into play. But when I saw another return, and when I saw the price close again over here, it closed again right there, closed again above the POC. And since both point of controls are like in the same range, same area, I did that. But there's a high chance for the price to again go lower with speed and take here, because I see, yes, Mr. Golf, it could be a trap, but that's my model. I have 883 contracts around here that can support my trade. If it inverts, then it can go all the way to the previous days. Yes, it reclaimed previous day's point of control, but when the distance was too much, when the distance from the point of control is way too much, in a pullback, I tried to short and target the next liquidity. That didn't come into play. And this is again when it closed above the point of control and reclaimed it and should act as support. And now I am trying to target. I did target. I closed at the lower portion of this bull trap. Next one is at the highs, one in this fair value gap, and then I will keep one runner. It might make a new high because we have equal highs in here. It might aim for that one based on 2 point of controls aligning with each other and a ton of orders in here. This could be an accumulation. So the odds are in that favor. That's why I reversed that position. I added more because these trades are 1 or 2 contracts. And when the setup has more probabilities, I kind of add more. I have to move my stop slightly higher. But again, the market is very slow again. I can set one VWAP here and create 2 close. That VWAP should hold anyway. If the uptrend, if you are going to have a bullish leg, at least to half of the range. Half of the range. Half of today's morning session, we're above the half right now. The entire range slightly there. So it wasn't slow during after 8 a.m. when, you know, last day we had a bad day. So at 8 a.m. I come to my desk and I see where the price is. If it's in a key level, which is in a key level, it touched 29,531. That's the utmost level of this gap. When it touched that and I saw the point of control of the day shifted higher, same playbook. I went short 40 contracts, I guess. 10, 10, 5, yeah, 40 contracts in here. Close 15 there, close 10 here, close 5 there, close 5, close 4, and the last one, I closed it right there. So that was like A plus setup. Morning session, I also had a short close 1 to 4. That was a short contract, 5 micro. And again, after 10 a.m., no trend like yesterday. It did not take a liquidity. It did not take that liquidity. It was just fooling around in here like the previous days. So I do have trades starting from 3 a.m. London time, 5 a.m. So these are the times I check where the price is. 3 a.m., 5 a.m. That's 5 a.m. trade. That's 5 a.m. That's 5 a.m. trade. And this is 8 a.m. trade. If I only rely on 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 9:30 to 11 a.m. like the usual people do, I cannot hit my target. The company expects me to a minimum 3% yield a month. Trading one session is not going to cut it. It never cuts it. All right, I see a dip and a reversal in the ES. Let's close one more in here. Moving the stock higher. The S&P 500 is showing a reversal. I don't see much in the point of control from this pivot low to this pivot high. I don't have much. I don't see anything, but S&P 500 is already saying I might aim lower based on this. We have a big bullish candle that is inverted right there. So that's a probability. I want to sell another one and keep the other one as a runner. If it comes to play, that would be the target. If those 2 points of controls aligning with each other, the price should make a new high, hold the VWAP. I would like to see where is the VWAP from this point. Inverted that VWAP. So this price range where my trade is, it should hold. If it doesn't hold, then we are looking at the price to go back to previous day's low. Let me close. Allow me to open a class on this computer and show you those point of controls. Okay. There you go. Let's go to there it is. So here's the last day's point of control, 1800 contracts. When the price, the point of control, that's a dynamic. The yellow line is a dynamic point of control. When I see there's a distance between the price and the POC, and the distance between the price and the previous day's POC, on a retrace, I try to short it to target the previous day's low, which was around here, I guess. But that didn't come into play. And now it is retracing back to the same POC. Let's see the VWAP. That VWAP should hold. Let's see the VWAP from this high. Inverted, it should hold. If it doesn't hold, then we have nothing much left. The volume is very thick in here and in here, and thin at the highs. Let's look at S&P 500. S&P 500, today's point of control is there. How about last day? Let's set this one to the previous day. The previous days is here. That's why, look, it's stuck. So I could go short on ES. 558 contracts are trapped. But look at the sellers. The delta is very negative. Delta made a new low. Price did not make a new low. So there's absorption. Went high. All these bulls are absorbed. The price did not go high, but eventually it did. So Euro is not doing anything. Bitcoin, is it today? I should start trading Bitcoin because it's having momentum. So, and what I like to do is to have anchored volume profile. Set it from this pivot low to the current price. Would give me the POC here. So really this VWAP must hold.
The graph is just a breath on glass. I watch the ghost of
It.
numbers pass. My fingers ghost the wooden keys. Moving with a practiced ease. I hear the hum of cooling fans. The blueprint held within my hands. No highs, no lows, just silver light.
Maybe I can add you. let's see how this POC would it change higher. If it does, then I have to close the trade. So right now, this leg's point of control is here, 29,305. And we have aggressive sellers, but the price is going higher. That indicates we had absorption in here. With a low effort, the price is going higher. That is a good sign, actually. S&P 500 reacted to previous day's point of control. 578 contracts trapped. That's not good. There's a range. There's a fight between yesterday's sellers and today's buyers. See. Bottom of the line is the VWAP must hold. It can go below the VWAP, but only with tails. Only with tails. Tails would be okay. The price has already went above the value area high. That means buyers are willing to pay more in the premium to push the price higher. Trading with order flow using Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is much easier. It also has level 2 data. This is spot. It shows right where the stops are. So stops are at $80,000. Since we have liquidities at the highs, there's a high chance for Bitcoin to make a new high. Bitcoin is very bullish. You two have a good one. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your weekend.
The red and green are whispers now, whispers now. Cold glass against my quiet brow, quiet brow. The waves arrive, then pull away. I am the anchor in the grave. drift inside this neutral space. I am the I am the sigh, I am the stillness in the light, I am the flow, the flow.
This leg's point of control on S&P 500. It's concentrated here. It's above that right now. E also gives bullish signal. Point of control of the day is here. How about last day? Last day is here. That's why it's struggling. Almost 3,000 contracts. It's trying to close above 29,388. So above 29,388 should expedite the uptrend. We have an up close candle. That's good. That means we don't have much of liquidity left over there. Now there's a gap, fair value gap in here. Above the value area high of the day. That's very bullish. Delta many new high. So delta and price are synced. That's also a good sign.
The red and green are whispers now, whispers now. Cold glass against my
S&P 500 also made a new high.
quiet brow.
It's above previous day's point of control.
The waves arrive, then pull away. I am the anchor in the grave.
The market is just starting to fuel. It's above the value area high. I'm monitoring if I see very big trades coming in. Now the volume is increasing. Delta is positive. Let's see how much we can juice this uptrend.
Smoke above the fire.
We're having a massive wick. How about S&P 500?
I see the map, but lose the trace. I drift inside this neutral space.
1-to-1.
I am the eye, I am the side, I am the stillness in the light, I am the flow that flows.
This is a very good run. This gap couldn't provide resistance, so that's a good sign. Now 930 first fair value gap. $39. Yeah, big sell order stepped in. I have to get ready to close that trade. They were absorbed. I close it at the open price 130 by contracts. Okay, that's good. Closing that trade with $300. Yeah, that was fun. We got chopped here, but the last trade was beautiful. Okay, the last trade was very good actually. Only the last trade. I think I have to look at this statement. I think the price can go all the way up to these equal highs, but we're already getting into lunchtime. It might consolidate, get back down here, and then go higher. Alright, I guess that's enough for today. I wish everybody a wonderful Friday. We got chopped in this portion, but since always we close our trades with maximum profit, we survived one more day. We had 40 micro contracts sold in this portion. We got stop, chop there, and 4 micro. The first 3 was 1-to-1 because I saw rejection from these highs, but the one that the runner actually gave us 2.85% RR, which is very nice for a Friday. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on Monday.